What if I told you Lumiose City might be built on a ticking time bomb? In Legends Z-A, we return to Kalos, a region of elegance, culture, and innovation. But beneath the shining towers and neon skyline is a deep scar, a forgotten history. A history shaped by a weapon so powerful it wiped out thousands of lives in one pulse. A weapon born from grief and wielded with rage. And now, after 3,000 years of silence, it may not be as dormant as we thought. Today we explore a chilling possibility, that as this ultimate weapon, the engine of death that ended an ancient war, still lies hidden beneath the streets of Lumiose City, and may be more important to Pokémon Legends Z-A than everyone realizes. So, over 3,000 years ago, the Kalos region was engulfed in a brutal and seemingly endless war, as the King of Kalos was a gentleman who loved his Pokémon dearly, but that changed when his beloved companion was taken from him by the war. In his grief, Az built the ultimate weapon, a towering flower-shaped cannon fueled by the life energy of Pokemon. He used it to resurrect his fallen partner and in the process unleashed a terrible power upon the world. When the enemy forces came, Az used the weapon again, this time to annihilate them. He ended the war in an instant, but at the cost of thousands of lives, Pokemon and human alike. The land was scorched, entire towns vanished, Pokemon habitats were shattered. The king became cursed with immortality, a reminder of the sin he could never outrun. The weapon was buried, its power sealed, and history marched on, but never forgot. But the weapon's energy just didn't vanish. In X and Y, it strongly implied that its massive energy discharge left behind something else, Mega Evolution. And Professor Sycamore theorizes that the stones we use to Mega Evolve in Pokemon, the Keystones and Megastones, were created when the Pokemon were hit by the weapon's pulse. In other words, Mega Evolution may be a side effect of this ancient weapon. The very power that ended an age of bloodshed also sparked a whole new way of battling. But that means one thing, the weapon still has power. Its energy lingers, maybe even beneath Lumiose itself. And now, in Legends Z-A, with Mega Evolution confirmed to return, the question becomes, what exactly is bringing it back? The Z-A trailers makes one thing clear. Lumiose City is under construction, redevelopment, or urban renewal, they say. But if we look closer, something's off. We don't get to explore the other routes, the city looks sealed off or confined, and the entire areas are surrounded by tech scaffolding, digital displays, and surveillance. So why the change? Some would say this is just the modernized future of Kalos keeping up with the times. Others, myself included, think this is deeper than that. What if the reconstruction is actually a containment effort? Like a way to keep the weapon sealed, or even slowly reactivating it under the government's control? Because let's face it, no one rebuilds in the heart of a region without a purpose, and no one forgets a weapon that can destroy nations. So what if the very heart of Lumiose, Prism Tower, is a regulator, or a stabilizer, or even worse, it's a trigger? So let's break down all the visual clues. The crystal patterns beneath the new buildings resemble the stones we found in Geosenge Town from the original location of the weapon. And then they bring the wild zones back and they put them in these confined little spaces across the city. So my thing is, why is there specific wild zones versus just Pokemon being able to freely roam around? So this might be an effort to, localize the Pokemon that they are, testing the machine out on. Maybe they're trying to invoke some type of new Mega Evolution on some of these Pokemon, and that's how we get a lot of the Pokemon that we see as antagonists in the game, such as the Alpha Pokemon coming back. So could that be a reason to why the Pokemon are centralized in their own specific areas? Maybe it's to limit, the potential damage that could happen if one of these experiments were to go wrong. So if the weapon still exists, if Mega Evolution is powered by its lingering effects, and if Lumiose's new infrastructure sits directly on top of it, then Z-A might not just be about future tech. It may be about confronting Kalos' greatest secret. And this story could be about truth, about a region trying to rewrite history, and about the people, or the trainers, brave enough to uncover the reality buried beneath the centuries of the lies. So, in my opinion, it all makes sense. It feels like every Pokemon game we've played in the past couple years, or past couple releases, have all been surrounded by some type of doomsday event. And this fits perfectly with, you know, Kalos, with Lumiose City, with Az coming back. And then even with the alpha Pokemon making their return in this era. And why would that be, you know? So that's my theory on it. Maybe we get to see a new upgraded form of the ultimate weapon. Maybe the experiments that's been going on with the ultimate weapon is the reason why we see so many alpha Pokemon, or we're going to see so many alpha Pokemon in the game, which is why we get to utilize the Mega Evolution. It just fits, you know, better tech, you know, new era. Obviously, someone who was privy to what happened in Kalos in the past. Maybe they wanted this weapon to, you know, push the narrative. Maybe they want to activate it again for maybe their own selfish purposes. Maybe they want to be, you know, immortal just like Az. So this is just my theory, like I said, on it. Let me know down in the comments below, what do you guys think is going to happen when we get to Legend Z-A. It's a couple months out, man. We're right around the corner from it. So if you like the video, drop a like, you know, share it with your friends. It is crazy to see all of the support and all of the, you know, just the love I've been getting from this. So man, like I said, I continue to do this thing for you guys. So until the next time, Rico out.